It means a lot. It's definitely, I think, I got no words. I mean, I love this team, love the people around me, and I'm just really just a blessing and kind of a feeling I really hasn't hit me yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, as a captain, what point do you want to make? I mean, where do you want to lead this team, so to speak? What do you have in mind? From the standpoint
Man,
of
we just want to be tough, to be honest with you. I mean, we know we got athletes, we know we got skill. But I mean, I think toughness. I mean, like Coach Days talked about. I mean, that's a learned trait. I think we're really coming along in that aspect. I mean, we're trying to come out there and be fast, physical, and be as talented as we are. But I mean, we're trying to go out there. We're trying to get after people. So I mean, we're trying to get tough and just win ball games. Oh yeah, I think growing up in Ohio and just looking at everybody, looking at the captains that came before me, and just the people that you look up to. I mean, I really always look back at Jonathan Cooper. I mean, like when I was a freshman coming in here, I was like, damn, like I just tried to model everything after. He has no clue. I mean, I would just, cause I didn't really talk a whole lot, but I would just look at that dude and be like, I need to be like that guy. Like, watch what he does, watch how he handles things, watch how he talks, how he talks from the team, and I mean that's just what I've tried to do. And a lot of times I find myself looking like in situations like, I mean, what would Coop do in this situation? As soon as I really got comfortable, like with where I was playing, because it's kind of hard to lead when you don't really know what's going to come next or where you're going to play next. But when once I got comfortable, I found a little bit of a route here for me and felt good, and that's kind of when it really clicked. Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good about where I'm at. I feel good about the people I got around me, and we're just happy to see where it goes.
When we were out at practice last week, looks like you made a couple nice plays. Deep receiver. Is that an area where you feel like you've made growth this year?
Right. Me and Keenan Bailey, uh, like 3 or 4 nights a week, 5:15 after class in summer. I mean, we come out here and we'd spend 45 minutes an hour every day just working top ends, route work and footwork and stuff. Because that's really, like I said earlier in the spring, like, I just something I'd never done before. And Keenan's, I mean, probably the best held secret in this whole entire place. I mean, that dude's got. I love talking to that dude. He helps me so much, and he's just a very, very smart mind in football.
Hey, Kate, can you speak up to the mic?
Yeah. Sorry.
Kate, when you talk about finding that route, that path for you, that position where you could get comfortable and become yourself, think back to maybe training camp a year ago. Like, how do you feel differently now than you did a year ago?
No, God, it's completely. I was just talking to my mom and dad. They come up to for the family like brunch thing yesterday, and it's. I mean, you talk about where you were a year ago, 2 years ago. I mean, sometimes you're sitting there, you're like, what am I doing? Like, why am I here? To be honest with you, and to the point where I feel right now, where I mean, I feel comfortable, I feel good, I feel confident about where I'm at, and that's really the biggest part for me.
Was there was there a day this year where you stopped worrying that the next day you'd show up to practice and be like, go play linebacker?
No, that still comes every once in a while. I don't know if in the dream or not, but I'm never going to count it out. But I like playing where I'm at. I feel comfortable where I'm at. I feel like it was the best decision for me and this team. So overall, I think it was just a good decision.
Coach Wilson was talking about the ability that
Stover
you
beef,
and
baby.
Mitch have together. If it gets into these short yardage red zone situations, to go block is that big package. What is it like working next to Mitch? What is it that you two bring to that spot that can? And there's been a lot of talk about just getting those extra yards and short yardage for this offense. Like, why
Right.
are you two able to do that?
Right. Mitch is tough. He's good. He's a good ball player. I mean, been around a while, so I mean, he got a good IQ for the game and stuff. So I mean, I think just coming off the ball together, he's going to have a lot of velocity and a lot. I mean, hopefully a lot of movement to what we got to do.
Yeah, Coach Wilson. Go ahead.
They're good. I mean, they're good. They want to go hard. I mean, they want to be tough. And I mean, just like everybody's young at some point, and you just got. I mean, only way you learn is if you keep rolling. So, I mean, they're progressing good.
For Gia specifically, have you seen him make that transition from being a receiver playing tight end to now being a real tight end?
Right. I mean, yeah, he's came a long way. I mean, he's put on the weight. He's worked hard in his blocking game and stuff like that. So I mean, he's really come a long way.
You
Yeah, Coach
mentioned
Wilson's.
coming 3 or 4 times, I guess, with Keenan Bailey and kind of like working on some of the route running stuff. What does a workout like that entail? What are sort of the drills you're doing? Like,
All kind of stuff. I mean, working on your eyes, working on top ends of routes. I mean, where your leverage at, where you got to attack, where you got to stick, where your landmarks are at, and stuff like that. Just stuff I've never really learned ever. To be honest with you, I've never played the spot. So, and Keenan coming from the receiver room, I mean, he knows. He's really with us in the tight end room a lot now. So I mean, it helps tremendously having him around.
Coach Wilson was saying your strides are longer now in your route running. I guess before he thought maybe you were taking kind of a choppier footstep. He said those are longer now. Do you feel that way
Right.
in routes?
I'm just I'm I think overall just faster than I move better than what I used to, and I feel more confident. So I guess that's probably just a test that I know when I'm doing a little bit better.
Coach Wilson said last year, well, not this, but earlier this year, when it came that time for you to make a decision on where you ended up wanting to play this year, you kind of had to make it for you, not necessarily for the team. I mean,
Right.
do you remember that come to your senses moment when you decided offense is where you wanted to be, tight end is where you wanted to be?
Yeah, I can see.
Why is?
Yeah.
Explain why you made that final call.
That's a good question, to be honest with you. It just kind of, it had to do with conversations about, what's the end term goal for me?
Yeah.
I don't know how many teams anymore want a 6'5", 260-pound middle linebacker anymore. I think 30 years ago I would be playing middle linebacker, and it wouldn't be a question about it. But I think with today's game, the way things are, and the way our defensive line was, and playing the 4-down defense and having all those guys out there, and then having the experience over at tight end already, and looking at tight end numbers, combine numbers about where you stand and where you come out and stuff. If you came out, it just made more sense to go over there and play tight end. And really, I came back with a much clearer mindset than when I came over there the first time.
And a 6'5", 265 tight end is still a matchup problem.
Right.
For defenses, right?
Right.
You looked that far ahead, right?
Right. You look about where you can excel. Where people are going to want you to play at, where your prototypical body is going to be at, and what you can do. I think tight end was really just the best decision for me.
Not to say you don't want to compete, clearly, when you're in the position to compete, but did you at all look at that linebacker room in the spring and just the amount of guys in there in comparison to the amount of guys in the tight end room?
No, never. Not really. Just even when I committed here, the linebacker room is stacked full of people. I think it was ever really. Tommy and Steele, I live with those guys. Those are my two best friends. Like, living my whole life here. So like,
Were you upset when you left the room?
yeah. I was too.
If you're growing up on a farm, there are very few stars. Everybody has to do their job. Does that go a long way in you being a team player and being a leader?
Yeah. I think I've said it before. Everything I've ever done is really just attested to how I grew up, to be honest with you. And just the way things happen there, the way things I was raised, the way I do things, the way my parents do, I think my family all together. It's just very impressive, to be honest with you, to be able to come over here and from a little piece of nothing town to be able to do this is just kind of sit back and be like, and take it in every once in a while.
What kind of jobs did you have?
On the farm?
Yeah, I think when you announced you were coming here, were you in a barn with hay and with a pitchfork in your hand or something?
I don't know if it was pitchfork, but yeah, there was I do all kind of stuff, really. We raise cattle, we farm corn, we farm alfalfa, so we do all kind of stuff. So I'd say any job there is on the farm, I probably have touched it at some point.
You said you were looking at combine numbers and everything for the tight ends. And it's like, what did you take from that? You see your numbers kind of matching all of those guys?
Right. You look at the upper echelon tight ends that come out, and the dudes that test fast, dudes that jump high, dudes that shuttle fast, stuff like that. You look at that, and you'd be in the upper echelon of that aspect, to where you come out as a tight end, as a linebacker. You're going against 6 foot, 220-pound dudes that are running 4.4. So, you kind of look at what things are and where things are at like that. So, we haven't ran them since my freshman. I think freshman year was like 4.68.
Was the biggest thing you got from the farm? The biggest thing you got from the farm work is that you got to be there every day. What's the biggest thing you got that still runs with you? I know it's a lot of things, but what's
From the farm?
Yeah, from the farm, from growing up on a farm, from raising cattle, raising like you said, alfalfa, rotating crops.
You can't take days off. It's impossible. Christmas cows eat, Thanksgiving cows eat, your birthday cows eat. There's always, they don't take days off. So, why should you really? Is how it goes. You watch Dad grow up. I watch Dad get up at 5 and go to work, come home at 7:30, and then come back and farm again. So, just watching him be able to do that and seeing his work ethic. I've always tried just to emulate just a sprinkle of what he can have. I think I'll be all right, and I don't think I'll ever be what he is. So I just try and get as close as I can.
How did he replace you, by the way? Maybe.
Mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4 years.
No, my sisters do a lot too. My youngest sister's she'll be a freshman in high school, so she does a lot. My middle sister does a lot too, and it's really just a big, everybody pulls weight. Everybody just grabbed a little piece of what I used to do and just went along with it. What, the farm aspect of everything?
Yeah, just like the mindset of it, not necessarily.
It's tough, man. That's just I think if you think about a farmer, you think about a country fella. I mean, you're a blue-collared, tough person, and I mean, like I said earlier, like my dad, like that's the toughest dude. Like, if I could be the same person as that dude, that's who I would be. And looking at that, I mean, and how he handles things, how he handles business, how he handles issues on the farm, whether it's, I mean, whether you got a cow sick, whether you got mechanical problems, you got all kind of stuff. And I mean, there's a mental toughness, and there's a physical toughness to it too. And there's just a presence about a tough person that you want to be around.
Your demeanor is very. I just want to hit people out of football.
Right.
That's probably how you ended up playing linebacker in the first place.
Right.
What do you like about hitting people, and how does that show up now as a tight end, where it is a little bit more calculated? It's not just go run after a ball.
Right. To be honest with you, that's just something that's always. That's been kind of my MO from the time I started playing football, and you just don't. There's something about just the presence of being able just to be. I'm physically going to run through you, and you can't do anything about it. That you can. It's just. There's no words for it, to be honest with you. That's just kind of how. I think if I tried to lose, I couldn't lose it anyway. So I don't know what. I have no clue how to explain it, to be honest with you.
Cade, for somebody who's been on defense, what kind of growth have you seen from the defense going up against them in practice?
Oh God, that defense is. Knowles is. I mean, that's the top of the line dude right there. I'll go to war with that dude any day of the week. I love playing for him. When I was over there, we got a great relationship now, even with me being over here. I would say, if not the smartest mind on a defensive side of the ball I've ever seen in my life. And just the way he's got those guys playing over there, how fast and how confusing. There's the looks and looks and looks and looks and looks. It's just, they're unbelievable. And that's a test to him and a test to all the dudes over there that are playing for him.
How much better does that make you as a player when you have to go up against that every day?
No, it's awesome. I mean, it gives me all the confidence in the world when we go to game day. I mean, blocking Tommy, blocking JT, blocking Zach, Steele, all those guys. I mean, those dudes get after it. And, I mean, it makes you, if you take a pedal off, you take the gas off a little bit, you're going to be in trouble. So you just can't do it.
Cade, talk about Royer's hair. Yours. You just revealed that your dad cut your hair.
He's an asshole. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he does. My dad, he's cut my hair my whole life, actually.
You like the look.
I've had the same haircut since I was probably 3 years old, and it's never changed. I refuse to go with the white guy afro as much as I don't want it.
You've been rocking the full hog before it was even popular.
All the time. Every single time. I swear to God, from 6 years old till 20, 21 years old.
Maybe there's some kind of NIL thing
Yeah.
for the two of you.
Yeah, I'm sure Head & Shoulders would love to have him.
Yeah.
I don't really want to have the hair, though. You can go tell him that, too.
I'll pass that along.
Going back to your dad, you mentioned him so much. How has it translated for you, maybe even back home? How have kids, people growing up from your hometown, your teammates view you as an athlete? How have people come up to you and maybe even shown you that you are the leader to them? How do you take that?
Tremendously, to be honest with you. Like I said, like you brought up my dad. I just try and mimic and step after him. I've learned more holding a flashlight than I have in any classroom. That's for sure. Just for watching that guy. And when I came here, it was kind of my turn just to do it by myself. And it's been nice. It's nice to come home, and the people at home know me for who I am, and here, like, the people really know who I really am here. It's nice. It stems from that, though.
Is his legacy something you want to emulate for yourself, or how do you want to leave Cade Stover's name on the football field?
I definitely leave my name on it, but it all stems from that. I'm nowhere where I'm at without my dad and my mom and those guys. So, just making them proud is definitely that's my number one goal, and just being out here for these guys and my team. Just knowing that if stuff goes down anywhere you're at, they know who's going to be with them.
Do you feel like you're
already, but how'd you deliver the news to your parents about being named the captain?
We actually called them. There's some video somewhere the media team did. Coach Wilson called my mom, and yeah, and that was really, and told her there and listened to her.
Do you feel like you're able to lead at a different level now that you are in position to be a starter, to play a major role on this team?
Yeah, there's definitely there's a mental aspect of it there, I guess. But I guess really just being, I don't think any status is going to make you any different than who you really are. So, I mean, I've always tried to look at it like, I mean, just keep your head down and go to work, and no matter where you're at in the situation.
There are a lot of
Did
Last
your
two
dad
questions for Cade.
make any allowances for you just to follow sports or whatever other pursuit you have, or was it like you got to have everything done at home? And
Oh, no. He was very. There was never
How many
like
balls you gonna catch this year, Cade Stover? They want to know.
40. No, I'm just 40. 40. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how many balls I'm going to catch.
Huh?
However many they throw to me, that's how many I'm
We
going
get
to
a few
catch.
in pregame every game, right?
Yeah, I'll get like 3 or 4 during the pregame.
All right, Cade, we're good here. Guys, we good? Everybody good?
No, but you were
I'll
saying-
answer that. Say it again.
Well, it was okay. So did he make some allowances for
Yeah.
you to be able to do what you wanted to do?
Yeah, no, he was very. It was always. He knew football. I mean, he saw something that I didn't see in me way before anybody did. To be honest with you, and he always knew that. I mean, I didn't miss any. I didn't miss any lifts in the summer. I mean, whether I would bale hay and cut hay before, go lift, then come back and do it again. But I was always. I mean, he was always. There was never any times he's like, oh, no, you can't go to that. It was always go to that. Go get your. I mean, go be an athlete. Go do your thing, and that was always good.
You were one of 5 guys who was an Iron Buckeye in the offseason, and now you're a captain now. I mean, how much do you think that's important that the team is recognizing the guys who really put in the most work during the offseason?
I don't really know if it's so much as I think it shows what kind of people we got in that locker room. I think the people we have in that locker room right now are the best people that I've ever been around, and with the best head on their shoulders we've ever been around in there. And that shows a lot to, I mean, one, the votes that happen, one, the people they want to lead them, and just the kind of people that they are in general to be able to do that.
Great. Cade, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks.